Hi, brothers and sisters. How I hope you guys are enjoying this class. We've really we really have some fun people in this class. I think I've made up a list of all the different things that are different about this class. And I might put that in there, but I wanted to just mention that we've got people from Ghana, we've got people from Singapore, we've got people from Madagascar, from Kenya, from Nigeria, people born in Paraguay, Mexico, Estonia, Argentina, and then we've got all the people in the United States: Arizona, 5 from Utah, 4 from Idaho. Then we've got Texas, California, Washington, Oregon. Oh, I forgot Brazil and all of the different countries. Sorry, Gabriel. And one thing that's kind of interesting is we've got 3 people named Sarah in this class. So it's one of my favorite names. One of my favorite granddaughters is named Sarah. So we've just got a very interesting and diverse class. And I hope you guys are enjoying getting to know each other. These peer reviews that you have done, some of you were so thorough. And it was so great to see you give good input. I didn't give full credit if you only had like maybe one line or two. So remember, next time that you're asked, if you didn't give full credit this time, next time that you're asked, make sure that you give really good input, specific examples, things like that. Some of you did great, and I wrote a comment on many of your essays that I love seeing you guys teaching each other because I think you learn better from each other sometimes. And I think it takes both. It takes my yelling at you, and all of the different prompts that you read, and then having the input that you get from your peers. So thank you so much. This is a great class. You've got some really good students who give really good input. So as far as grading them goes, it'll be next week, of course, because they're not due till Saturday night. And I'm watching conference. I hope you guys are too. I will miss President Nelson, but as he said, they don't know how long it's going to take his back to heal. We are just blessed to have him as long as we have, and hope we have him for a lot more years. But I love his sense of humor, and hopefully he will record his talk and give it to us. So anyway, all right. So let's go on to the next week. We've got actually one of my favorite assignments for you guys is the rhetorical analysis. Now it sounds hard, but it's not. It's not. Let's just look at the overview. Okay, this first week, what you're going to be doing is reading a bunch of really cool speeches and figuring out which one you want to use. So you're going to select a speech and plan your analysis. You're also going to learn a little bit more about rhetorical analysis this time, the exigence and audience and purpose, as well as logos, pathos, and ethos, which many of you already know about. So you're going to look at all of these cool speeches. They're all commencement speeches, so they all at least have that in common, that who invited the speaker, speaker's relationship to the place, events, who are the people. Just look through this, and I wouldn't read them all, but I don't know that actually I have read every single one of them. Read a lot, just depends on which ones you guys decide to do. But just look at what you're interested in. If you're interested in politics, you might want to read the one by Colin Powell. If you're interested in activists, Desmond Tutu, that one's a great one. If you're interested in yeah, all these different ones. You've got George W. Bush, you've got Clinton, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, you've got several. John McCain, J.K. Rowling, all of those, all the different ones. It depends on what you're interested in. So let's see how. Sometimes I get like 5 or 6 in one essay. I'd rather it be ones that are a lot of different ones. But hey, you pick the one that you like best because it's your essay and your grade. So that's what we're doing this week. Let's look, and then you're going to see that you're going to draft it, and then You're going to format it and you're going to revise. Now, you don't have to look up outside sources. In fact, we suggest you do not. That's going to be for another assignment. So you've got a quiz on the overview so that you know exactly what's going on. I love the way that at BYU Idaho, that the way that they've done this class, that you are asked to do something and then you're graded to see if you understand it. That way, if you don't understand something, then you can go from there. This is such a beautiful thing, Mr. Rogers and the Power of Persuasion. That is one of the coolest videos. You guys are going to love it. Okay. And then there's 3 I's of introducing subjects, of introducing sources. If you do use them, you will use the source that you're given, the one text, the one speech that you're given. But you need to introduce, integrate, and interpret. Yeah. So that's what you're going to need to make sure that you do with this. Make sure you've got all 3 parts of the sandwich anytime you do a source. So we're just starting you early. Next, you'll have to do more of them later, but we're starting you easy. And then you're going to annotate the backpacks versus briefcases. And this is really, really cool. It is really it's the steps toward annotating. I've kind of made some little bits of notes. Well, I think I probably, that's just showing you that. So, but it's going to talk to you about rhetorical situations and what you can start looking for. Let's see if I can find that one I did. Oh, I'll just find it in my Word document. Okay. For example, you're going to be talking, it's going to show you what it's going to show you the more we know about how to analyze situations and draw informed conclusions, the better we can become about making savvy judgments about the people, situations, and media we encounter. So it's not just for this class. Remember, I told you that last time. I told you that if you learned all of those really cool things of showing, not telling, that you would get really good sacrament talks. Well, besides that, with this one, the more we analyze situations and draw informed conclusions, we can make savvy judgments, which is maybe even could be arguably more important than sacrament talks. But the rhetoric is the way we use language. And it's talking about, again, logos, pathos, and ethos. And then it's going to talk a little bit more about constraints and exigence, which is just the situation that it's in, and the audience. And that's just talking about who they're talking to, and then the constraints. So those 3 things: the beliefs, attitudes, documents, facts, traditions, images, interests, motives. They limit the way a discourse is delivered or communicated. Now, I didn't annotate this the way that you guys are going to have to, because you're going to need to put in questions and things like that in it. I just kind of emphasized the things that I wanted to go over with you. Okay. So but anyway, that you could use these different things in there. All right. So let's go back. This is going to be a fun week, like I said. You just get to read a lot of cool speeches and decide which one you're going to do. No worries. It'll be kind of nice. So you're going to select a speech. It has to be from the approved list, you guys. Nothing from else. I've had other people try to do other ones, and maybe that they did in high school or something. It has to be from the approved list. And then eventually, in week 7, you'll be turning in a rhetorical analysis. So this time you're going to be doing the speech context worksheet, which is a really cool worksheet. You're going to be going over all the things that you're going to need to do. And if you do this is a good thing, because if you do this for one speech and you say, I don't know, does it, is it really going to work? Does it have logos, pathos, and ethos? I can't tell if there's any constraints or exigence, or I don't even know what the purpose is. Then pick another essay. So you don't have to do the first one that you do. You can go back and see what other ones you want to do. Okay, what else do we want to say here? I think we're about done. Yep. All right, so you're going to find one, do the worksheet. There's the syllabus for it. And that's it. So, if you have any questions or concerns, you guys are so good about emailing me with your questions and concerns, and I appreciate that. I do. So, if you have any questions or concerns, just email me. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I think I've been keeping up, even though I was in Utah this last week, trying to visit fall, seeing if I could find some leaves there. I did. I found a few. We had to go up the mountains to find them because there hasn't been as much cold weather. You never can tell. Around the 1st of October, you could have snow or you could have still summer. And this time it was still summer. But I enjoyed my family. But I think I've kept up with you guys okay, answered all your questions. And I tried to get on at least twice a day to see how you were doing. So, anyhow, enjoy conference and enjoy this next assignment. It's going to be fun. I promise. Well, it was fun for me. Maybe I better not promise.